Hello and good evening. Welcome to PSI Parachat. How is everybody doing? Hello, Mike. How are you doing, sir? Is it still raining where you are? Good evening. Hello, Badger. How are you doing? Oh, I've seen that we've had an invite off you, Badger. We haven't missed it. I did mention it to Tony. Kevin, Spirit, Communication and Research. Hello. Good evening. Hello, Sarah. Spooky Dookies Reviews. How are you doing? Say again, did I break up then, Badger? We had an invite on I think it was the Oculus off you. I did see it pop up and I've mentioned it to Tony as well. We're going to click on that link, what he sent us. Hello. Indeed. What's that about? Something's popped up. Fan funding. Jack. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Jaya. Good evening. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Clicking away. Clicking away. Babsy. Good evening. How are you doing, Babs? I'm taking it that Tony hasn't gone live on TikTok if you're on here, Babs. Happy to be here. The wife and I did a home cleansing last night and it was interesting. All right, okay. Did you document it? Did you film it? You scared the crap out of yourself on Drop Dead. Oh, have you got it? Excellent. It's just had quite a big update, actually. They've changed all the rendering and things. It's a lot better. I was on it, Badger, with Tony, I think at some point at the weekend, and he said, "Oh, mate, I'll just be a minute. I think my battery's dead." And with that, he just vanished off the VR. So I'm left stood in this cemetery by myself, as you do. Oh, he's not on yet, Babs. All right, okay. Did I use GIF? GIF? I'm glad you're okay, Jack. We'll have to set a time to join up. Yeah, definitely. I don't know how many can go on Drop Dead at the same time. I know at least 2 can. But Tony's on it a lot more than me. I tend to only get at it on maybe a Saturday evening because I'm busy with work, the church, and other things. But yeah, it'd be cool. I'm going to have a look at it this evening when I've charged it up. Did any of you guys, while I'm just chatting crap, really, did you see the thumbnail on this live? Did you see the photograph? That was actually me about probably 11 or 12 years ago. It's the same photograph, one straight after the other. Oh, for the house cleansing Jiffy. All right. Oh, I get it. Yeah. You thought it was me. It was me. Yeah. I was a bit younger then. I had all my hair cropped, so it was real short. And back then, when I used to investigate, I used to wear like a body vest with kinds of pockets all over, so I could just stick me gear in it, and that's what I was wearing. I put that on for a reason. I haven't got a clue what was happening in that photograph. The reason it is a little bit grainy, but it was taken in the dark because we was in a pub on called Rainers on Hessel Road in Hull. Angie, hello. Oh, okay, spooky dooky. No, no video, audio documentation. It was last minute for close friends and family. Unexpected and very interesting for a solo silent vigil. All right, okay. Well, I'm glad it turned out positive for you. Quite a look on my face in that photograph, Kevin. Spiritual community. Yeah, there is a story behind that. Um, that is probably what you would call transfiguration. Um, so 11 or 12 years ago, I'll give you the story before I forget. In a pub on Hessel Road in Kingston upon Hull, where we live, but the road was Hessel Road in Rayner's pub. Now the pub, it's quite an old pub. It was built for those that went out to sea, and it just happens that it was having a refurb done, and it was closed for a couple of weeks. So we got an invite to go down and investigate, and I couldn't turn it down because I knew we wouldn't get another opportunity to investigate it. The guy that invited me, he was part of a paranormal team, his own team, but it was a bit on the dark side. He was into all this black magic and things. As soon as we turned up, um, I mean, he was friendly enough at the time, but all the things he about him, it just wasn't right. It was bad. So we went in this pub, and there was my team, PSI, which was a lot more of us back then. Um, Tina was with me at the time, and there was his team. There was about, I think, 6 of us went from PSI. And you got to remember, PSI used to be a real big team at one time because we did a lot of public events. There was 12 team members at one point. Now only 2. Um, so we went, and this guy who was into the occult and things, and he said to me, "Oh, I've done a ritual." I went, "Okay, what you done?" He said, "Oh, I've just kind of opened up the circle. I've let some energy in," and it was kind of keeping a bit quiet. Sorry, I'll catch up with this in a second. I thought, "Oh, what's he done?" We was all sat downstairs in the back rooms, just doing like a vigil all around the tables, with our equipment on the tables, all the lights out. That's why it's dark in that photograph. That was actually one of the guests that came, took that photograph, one after the other, of me, because they said I had changed. I didn't look like me. And it's a really good example of transfiguration. Actually, one of the very few that's been captured on camera. Um, and he said he summoned an energy called Asmodeus. And if you know the dark stuff, which I mean, we've researched quite a bit, we do know we don't practice it, but we've got to understand it because of what we do as a paranormal investigator. Um, and he kind of summoned this dark energy called Asmodeus or Asmodee. And he kind of, just to prove a point, got it to attack me. And as I started to say to me, the teammates around me, and Tina was there saying, "Don't feel right. I really don't feel right." I said, I'm going to have to get out. And I turned to the side. And as I turned, somebody said, "Your face had changed." So they took a picture, a couple of pictures, one after the other. And that image, what is on the thumbnail for this live, is if you see, my eyes are yellow. My face it had just changed. It was completely freaky. It was weird. And I had to get out of that building. I had to physically leave. There's not many times I leave a haunted building, but I did then because it was just nasty. Um, and he was kind of holding like a bragging right. He was bragging about it. Said, "Yeah, I told you I can do it." He was trying to prove a point, saying that he was into the occult and things like that. So he had done this energy attack thing on me, and that photograph is the result of it. We are not friends. I don't speak to him or anything like that. We found out pretty quickly what he was like, and that's just one of the stories about this guy. I just thought I'd mention that while I was on the lab. So if you want to check the thumbnail out again, just have a look at it. It's really freaky. Oh, Jack's back off to York. He's going to the Jorvik Viking Centre. You haven't been there in a while. No, Jack. Surprised it hasn't flooded because York's all flooded, isn't it? Hi, Kevin. You like milk tray? All right. Sab the Seeker, hello. Kevin's spirit communication and research. That is creepy. That is a genuine story, and you know what we're like. We're very skeptical, but that was personal to me. That happened to me, and everybody witnessed it. And that photograph, or them two photographs, were taken like just before and after. His soul is forever damned. Turns out that the grandmother is deeply Catholic, devout, and we gathered that she bringing a lot of Catholic ideology, inadvertently adding in the manifestation of negative energy in the location. Right? That's strange. You know what? I would have loved to witness that. Yeah, so that's weird. That is weird. Keep clicking the like, guys. Click that love art. Get them love arts floating up the screen. So whether you believe in occultism or not, it is real. That is just one story. I could tell quite a few stories about that particular team. It's not the first time he's done an attack, a spiritual attack on PSI. I've been taking a look around the paranormal community as well. Today's upload was about Twin Paranormal. Oh, people were saying to me, "How can you sit and watch Twin Paranormal? It's got to be done, hasn't it?" I don't like them as a team. I don't know what they are like as people, but as a paranormal team, I think they're complete rubbish. Um, there are somebody else that would benefit from being educated in the paranormal. Just everything's about phone apps. Never understood why people want to mess with negative things. No. Well, with this particular guy in his team, it was his father. He originally was they have specific titles in the occult world, don't they? And he was actually on the police force. And his brother was in the occult as well. So he was as well. His father died and his brother died. It's not good. One thing is to read about it and understand it, which is what we do. Another thing is practicing it. Don't get involved with that sort of energy. You wouldn't use any app. If you want to watch rubbish, watch Jody Dean. It's not that I want to watch rubbish. I'm just people actually believe these guys. Twin Paranormal, Sam and Colby, another one. Kind of laying off Sam and Colby a bit because which one is it? Is it Colby? He's got cancer at the moment, so kind of laying off them a bit. But Twin Paranormal, they're fair play. I mean, they're just making up crap constantly. There's a skinwalker everywhere. Every one of their thumbnails on YouTube as well. It is demon this, demon that, skinwalker this, skinwalker that. Couldn't get out, trapped by a demon. And when you watch it, you think, where's this demon? What's trapping them? There's nothing there. It's just a phone app, what is developed by them, I believe, so they can add words to their own phone. But, you know, the word bank. What was that? Smug Puppy is where to go for rubbish. It is bad, Jen. You know, but I kind of made a deal with Smug Puppy that if he put it was for entertainment purposes on his YouTube page, and I'd leave him alone, and he did, and it's still there. So, who was that? Jody Dean. Hunting the dead. You know what? I'm gonna have to have a look now that two people have mentioned that. I'll just take a note. How bad is Jodie Dean? What's going on? Why do you think I should need to look at it and possibly review or debunk it? Don't bother checking him out. He's so cringe. Okay. Have I watched Proving Demons? He's despicable. No, I haven't. You know what? I don't know who these people are. I don't go out my way to look for people on YouTube unless somebody mentions them. But Twin Paranormal kept popping up. I thought, I'm going to have a look at this and see how crap they are. So many channels to choose from when it comes to fakery. Kevin's spirit communication and research. Very bad, cringy, and very OTT. Okay. Like the twins then, isn't there? They're over the top. The word demon comes over their phone app and they run around screaming like idiots. Proving demons and the paranormies are the worst of the worst. Paranormies. I think they're all pretty much bad actors for a start. It's when they start claiming certain bits of equipment is detecting various energies. That's when I will step in and say something and try and disprove it. Paranormies. Beardo hates him. He goes too far. Who's that who Beardo hates, Angie? Is that Paranormies? I know Beardo's got into quite a few arguments with some of these guys. Oh, Rough Dog, hello. Neville. They are the Chuckle Brothers of the paranormal activity, but the evil Chuckle Brothers. All right. Demons everywhere. Jay is he another channel that sees? Yeah, at I mean, we was having this discussion with the Warren Foundation. At the minute, demons and skinwalkers are the in thing. What everybody seems to be getting on their videos. I mean, you got to tell me, what would a skinwalker be doing in the UK for a start in somebody's backyard? They just don't think, some people, do they? Oh, Mike's working on something with Side-Eye Guy about paranormies. All right, that sounds cool. Proving demons. I wrote that down. Oh, I've got that wrote down, yeah. And not only that video what I put on today about the twin paranormal, the island they are calling Skinwalker Island. I look for reference everywhere to see why it's called Skinwalker Island, and I can't find any reference. I think they've made it up. There's been a few teams that go, and I think they've kind of nicknamed it that. But they were saying locals call it Skinwalker Island because of all the sightings. No locals have reported it call that. It's called Lake Mead. It's quite a long lake, and it's like a reservoir, and when the water levels drop, it kind of leaves islands. The Skinwalker Ranch is full of it. Nothing paranormal about that place. I think I've seen maybe 1 to 2 episodes of that in the full time it's being about, to be honest. It's all about Aliens, isn't it? Skinwalker Ranch. Hi, Sage. The TV show is a joke. He's in the middle of making a video about what happens when an unstoppable force, logic, and deductive reasoning meets an immovable object. Sensationalism and mass following. Kevin's spirit communication research, they probably did just make it up. I think they did make it up. Found a lot of, this is nothing against Americans, by the way, what I'm going to say. A lot of American teams make up history, basically. They'll say that as being a murder, a death, anything in a particular building, and hasn't even happened. And what we've found a few of them do, on the weekend, they'll go hire a room in a B&B somewhere, but make a video in it, walking about, saying there's being all sorts going on. There's axe murders, there's skinwalkers in the basement, and all sorts. It's a load of rubbish. When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, you kind of get big explosions. Joy C TV is another cringe fest. I need to write this down. I write all sorts of things down and forget where I put my bits of paper. Paranormal set up a paywall website for their content, then got thousands of dollars from people, then only posted one video before claiming they had a new TV show coming out and pretty much ghosted everyone. Set up a paywall website. All right, okay. What was that for, Mike? Was that did they claim they had like all these series or episodes coming out? How did they manage to get thousands of dollars? You previously worked for a Native American tribe in Wisconsin, and skinwalkers is nothing to be taken lightly. No, I understand that. That's if it's genuine. But as you know, a lot of teams are claiming they've got skinwalkers in the loft, in the basement, in the car, and this is in the UK. Yeah. Yep, you are right, Mark. Okay. Mike, that's disgusting. It is disgusting. Thing is, people still subscribe to them on YouTube and pay that subscription for whatever. It just shows you, doesn't it? Is there going to be a video? Mike, are you putting a video up, or is it Side Eye Guy doing it? Why are some chat members' names in green? That is because they are subscribers to the channel. They've joined, they press the join button. So they get access to, not only does the name stand out with a badge over everybody else, and I can see it a lot clearer. We get these videos we're putting at the minute. It's the Annabelle project, what we're working on, and they've got access to watch that. Hopefully it's going to be a year-long project, which reminds me, I think it's next Friday we're on the next one. We're going to be doing it different. I can give you a bit of a spoiler for those of you that are subscribed. Because the Dark Nights are coming in early, we can actually do the seance and things just by candlelight now. It'll look really cool, and we think it'll build that atmosphere up. So we're hoping that different things are happening in the experiments. But the Annabelle Project has been all about the test subjects, the girls. We're kind of documenting what's happening with them, with their minds, and can they manifest a made-up ghost like they did in the Philip experiment? I can accept people make mistakes, get approached by a TV company, go for it, but at least have a grain of integrity and refund people. Yeah, exactly, Neville. Yeah, that's shit. Who was it who did that? Was that Paranormies? All right, side eye guy's busy at the minute, but you're doing the research on it. Oh, cool. Yeah, look forward to that, mate. Look forward to seeing it. Oh, they said they was gonna release an episode per week, right? I mean, that's hard to do. If you're filming it, you've got a week to edit it. I mean, that's for like people like us, Tony and I, we obviously work full-time jobs as well, so it's hard for us with the Annabelle project we would struggle to get that done in a week. Really would. Oh, the side eye guy's doing it. Babsy is excited about the next experiment. It'll be cool, Babsy. It'll be really, really good. And when we do the vintage Ouija board session, we're going to be blindfolding the test subjects, which reminds me, I've got to get 4 blindfolds. Oh, Paranormies, okay. They haven't uploaded anything for months. Is this on their YouTube channel? Need to have a look. Thing is, right, I understand that people want to make it on YouTube and make a bit of money. I suppose it's everybody's dream who is a creator. I know some people just make accounts so they can watch other channels. But these creators out there, I mean, we would like to do this full time, leave our day jobs just to do this, but it's a few years down the line at the minute. But you got to keep it real, haven't you? You can't say some like Laney and Ben, they're just full of shit. You can't make stuff up telling people it's real. And they don't even prove it because they can't prove it. This is why they're getting debunked all the time. But these gullible people out there that watch it and think that is genuine, which is why people like us, Beardo, Side Eye Guy, who's the others, Purple and Mr. Grey and all that lot. It's why we're about, so we can show people the truth. Because they're working on the TV series, but it's going to flop because it's on some unknown TV channel that you have to pay for. Okay, Mike. The Annabelle project, what we're doing is actually on Babs. Remind me what it's called. It's not just on YouTube; it's actually out there being broadcast to the world, basically. Roku channel on. Yeah, that's it, Jay. That's it, Roku. So we're getting lots of views on that, but we don't make anything off that at all. That's just the paranormal network that I send it to, who broadcast it. They must get something, I think. But we don't get a penny from that being on Roku, but it's putting it out there, I suppose. We did look into getting our own channel on Roku, but there's a monthly fee, what is quite high. The Ouija brothers had good catches last episode. They are the best, Stella. Okay. Don't think I've actually ever seen any of those. I tend not to watch other people's stuff, really. Um, we kind of do our own thing, but when people mention it, we will take a look now and again. Says it all. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah, it can be. Obviously, some people have to survive and pay the bills. But like I said, I mean, I don't know if laying in bed work anymore, do they? There's a few channels. I don't know how they got that big. I really don't. It's hard work just getting monetized on YouTube. But some of these channels, what are faking it, are hundreds of thousands big, aren't they? I don't get it. It just seems people want to see fake shit. Mike, I'll drop you an email, Mike, more detail about paranormals. You'll be shocked. Yeah, excellent. Please do, Mike, send me an email. I'll put my email up here because don't forget, I very rarely check the Gmail what's linked to this YouTube channel. I've got a Hotmail, what's linked to my phone. So I've pinned my email. It should be pinned at the top somewhere. Anybody that wants to send me any photographs, what they think maybe paranormal to have a look at, or any links or anything really, any paranormal news, I'll make a video about it. Sounds like a bad deal, Mike, but they've done better staying on net instead of TV. Wonder if they got blinded by possible fame. Yeah. Have you seen that on TikTok? People that have got quite a lot of followers on TikTok, think they're really good. Fame's gone to the head. They go out somewhere and think that everybody knows them. Nobody knows them. I've seen them do like meet and greets and no people have turned up. They're greedy alcoholics who con their subs out of huge amounts of money. Whoa, that's a big statement. So who else have I been looking at? I noticed Lainey and Ben are going the same way as Ghost of Britain. All about the phone apps. Why is it people want to see a show like that with people just sitting around a mobile phone talking to it? I don't get it. Surely people would want to see a proper paranormal investigation. And not only that, some of these locations, people will never get the opportunity to visit in their life. So when we go, we like to film it. We don't have the camera on us. We have it on the location and we walk around the location and show you guys around and things like that, which is what we're going to be doing on Tuesday if we can get a signal. I've emailed the location twice just to double check that they haven't double booked us. So we'll be getting there around about 7. It'll take us an hour to set up. Anywhere from 8 o'clock going live. It maybe after that, I don't know. Sensationalism of death and tragedy is profitable. Okay. Yeah. You've seen influencers trying to shame small businesses for not handing them free stuff, like mafia shit down. Wow. It is. I mean, it's true. It's true what you're saying. So has anybody else got any paranormal pictures they want to send me? Need to have a look at these. And if you send me it in my email, what is pinned to the top of the chat, um, you've got to give me permission in the email to use it on social media. So when we go on Tuesday, we'll be setting off a bit early to get there to set up at 7. Ricky and Chloe are meant to be coming, but Ricky's gone real quiet. His car's knackered. I think he's just keeping his head down. I don't think he's going to turn up. It looks like it's just going to be Tony and I doing it. He looked at Ghost Theory. Not sure about them. I mean, I tend to look at the ones what people tell me about what are, obviously faking things. When you look at a paranormal video and there's paranormal stuff happening all over the place, it's generally too good to be true, and that's what it is. It's faked. Has anybody been watching My Haunted Hotel? I know there was on last night and the night before. I think, when's the next one they're doing? They're doing a third one. Large YouTube channels are profiting off the sensationalism of death and tragedy. Yeah. Ghost Theory have started getting way too much so-called evidence in every episode. I'm trying to think who Ghost Theory are. I don't think I've seen them. Is this the guys that... Was it Purple had a big argument with? When Purple did a debunk on them? Is that the wrong people I'm thinking of? Joe and Elliot? I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of My Haunted Hotel. Yeah, I know they sometimes have teams around what I'm messing about on boards and with cat balls, but I know they're dead against that sort of thing. But it's a business; they've got to let teams in to do that, I suppose. What we experienced while we was there, it was genuine. I hope Ricky and Chloe do turn up with you and Tony, mix it up a bit. Yeah, I mean it'll be good, even if they don't turn up. We'll always do a really good investigation anyway. And Bay Calver, how are you doing? So we're going to be taking the Canon AX40s with us. We're also going to be having the lives. We're going to be like we do some locations. We'll take you around with us on the live, and then we'll leave the camera in what we think may be a hot spot while we go filming, and then we'll come back, obviously speak with you and take you to different places in the building. That's the ones. Oh, is it, Mike? I was right. They got very defensive, didn't they? If somebody wanted to debunk our work, we're quite open to it. Let them, because we don't set anything up. We've set things up in experiments and told people afterwards, look, nobody questioned it because it's PSI. That people know we're skeptical and we keep it real. So we purposely faked it one time and people thought it was real. So we had to tell them, no, it's not real. But if people like that are doing that on every series, paranormal activity, is really, really rare. I can count on one hand how many experiences I've had what I thought was genuine. And I've had other experiences what I can't explain, obviously, but I'd want to visit it. If I don't get anything, the room would still be cozy. Yeah. We've been all over the place investigating. We've had nights where nothing at all happens. We don't get anything. But at the end of the day, Tony and I get on really well. So we have a laugh and a joke while we're there and a cup of tea and a biscuit. So Searchers of the afterlife. Hello, how are you doing? PSI are undebunkable. Well, we welcome it. I mean, like I did with the My Haunted Hotel with the shirt pulling. People can explain that. Go for it. We do have a few theories. We got accused of tying string to my shirt. Come on, we'd be on camera doing that. And then somebody said, My Haunted Hotel bribed us to do it. I'm like, what? I think they're doing a good thing when they haven't got the Scooby Doo teams in. When they've got the genuine investigators in, trying to get to the bottom of things, then I think that's good. But they have the Scooby Doo teams in because obviously it's a business. They have to let them sort of teams in as well to experience it. Good evening to everyone. Light and love says Spooky Dookies reviews. I'll be back shortly, Badger. Spooky. Oh, okay. You off, Spooky Dookie. Take it easy. How am I? I'm good. I'm good. As good as can be, that is. Still waiting for a hospital appointment, which could take a while, but I want to get next Tuesday out of the way. Halloween is next Tuesday, isn't it? That investigation before I go into hospital. Neville, when you get time, can you have a look at old document called Afterlife Investigations? Skull experiment. I have actually looked at the skull experiment. We was going to conduct that. It was either that one or the Annabelle project, and that may be the next project we do after Annabelle. I'm writing a note just to remind myself. Very interesting if we can do that one. Are we on about the same experiment? Is this where they got all these alleged mediums into one room and things started manifesting from the ceiling and things? I'd love to see some footage on that, actually, if there is any. It's our Spookfest. Hope you're doing great. I'm all right, thank you. I hope you're okay. In my experience, are spirits trapped and unhappy? You know what? I can tell you some of the experiences I've had, but I wouldn't be able to prove them. A lot of people don't know that side to me, where I was being brought up from being 18 in a spiritualist church in mediumship and transmediumship, psychometry, transfiguration, missing persons. I did a few cases on missing persons using maps and things. But I don't bring that into PSI because PSI, we are kind of evidence based. But that said, I think if we was to say spirits existed, I think it would have to be made up of an energy, and can energy be trapped? I don't know. And has that energy got a consciousness? We've got to ask that question as well. If we believe in ghosts, has it got its own consciousness? It's a hard one to answer, that, isn't it? From a skeptical paranormal investigator. I've been into homes where we've done cleansing and things, house clearance, and I don't mean selling it the stuff off. I mean using either religious texts or things from the church. There is such thing as negative energy. Is it trapped? I don't know. Some energy might just like to stay there. I don't know. What's your opinions on it? Halloween's exciting, just gutted not on an investigation. Whereabouts are you? Searches of the afterlife. Are you in America? True paranormal activity is so rare that it might actually happen. You don't even know it did. Yeah, exactly. I've got a weird story for you, and I've actually got the letter downstairs, but I'm not going to get up because I'm only dressed to the waist because I've been in the shower. As some of you may know, I've been in and out of the doctors. A few things I need sorting out, and I saw one doctor. She's called Dr. Jones. Dr. Clark, and she was like one of the doctors what I used to get, when we were kids and we used to go sit in a waiting room and just waited your turn. And to give you a proper examination, they checked you over, they made sure you was all right, they spoke to you like a human being. I saw her like a couple of weeks back. She's a really nice doctor. Come to think of it, it looked like she was dressed from the 80s. And I needed another doctor's appointment like a few days ago. So I'd gone back to the doctors and I'd asked the receptionist, can you book me in with Dr. Clark, please? Because Dr. Clark even sent me a letter through the post explaining everything, what was going on. And she was just really nice. I said, can you book me back in with Dr. Jones, please? I'd like to see her. And they went, oh, sorry, Dr. Clark. Oh, I said, Dr. Clark, she's blonde, shoulder length hair, really well spoken. Do you like that? I haven't got anybody called Dr. Clark. I went, what? She said, and I explained what she looked like, and they went, no, we don't have anybody by that name. And when they said that kind of freaked me out a bit. I thought, who the hell was that I just saw? Well, the other week, obviously. That's a freaky thing, isn't it? I'm going to use some of my equipment after work one night in the Williamsburg woods of Virginia. Very haunted. Area and battles happen there. Reported seeing shadow people. Yeah, excellent. It's our Spookfest. Excellent. Yeah. Get it on camera so we can all have a look. We were talking about going over to the States to Gettysburg to document a large area there to film. Don't know if we are now. I could never have caught my paranormal experiences on camera. They happen way too fast. I could never prove mine either. That's it, Jay. Some things you just can't prove, and people they will not take your word, but that's up to them. That just means that experience was for you to experience and witness. But yeah, I know what you mean. You've done a house clearance using sage Pablo Santo wood whilst reacting a phrase that was told to say that's about clearing negativity. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, we've done that sort of thing before, only because not every family are religious. So they wouldn't want me going in with a priest in some locations, reciting prayer and blessing the house in that respect. So then you say, right, I'll come into your home and we'll use an old Native American technique, smudging, smoke the place out, say a few things, crack all the windows and all that lot. But that generally only clears kind of that negative atmosphere, which tends to come back, I've found, with some I believe in the paranormal because the system do not want us to. And I've researched and come to my own conclusions. Excellent, Callum. That's the way it should be. Has anyone seen shadow people? Yeah, we have. We've actually got video, two or three videos. The old Strand boarding school down on our YouTube channel somewhere. We've got one particular video that we put all the photographs on digital stills off my camera and Tony's camera. I think I've mentioned this before. Every photograph we took had like this black shape in it. I thought so much wrong with my camera, but then Tony said it's on my camera as well. So we both were taking pictures with these black masses in. Excuse me. And then we did another video. What Tony had his body cam on, because we both, when we go in places like that, both wear body cam on our jackets. And he captured this shadow person walking past the door. And when we went to have a look at the doorway, behind that, it was all thick in thorns, 6 foot deep in bramble bushes, like, you know, blackberries. So there's no possible way somebody could have walked behind that doorway, but we saw them. And that is on the YouTube channel as well somewhere. Have a look at it. We've caught a few things. We have seen shadow people, yes, and also at the old Delapole site, what we keep visiting, but we can't seem to get them on camera for some reason. We think it's because they're too far away and the night vision camera just can't see that far. We have set up trail cams to try and capture those shadow figures. Trail cams have been activated, but nothing on the trail cams as of yet. We will be going back at some point. Fingers crossed. You're in the UK. Oh, hang on a sec. That jumped. Right, I better catch up with these comments, aren't I? Bristol, near South Wales. All right, okay. Going into the woods now for haunted witches maze to scare people. SR Spookfest. Excellent. Please get it on camera if you're still here. I should check out and I can't even say that. Anti-Tam Battlefield. Did I pronounce that correctly? Where's that? Mike's on his way home. Try and catch the end of the lab. Excellent, Mike. Yeah. Have a good, safe journey on the train. If you're on train this week. Does Bending Sage not work? It does. It does work. But the thing is about negative energies, a lot of it in a house is created by the living. It's a pattern we've detected over the years. When we ask the questions, when we go to investigate, we always fill out loads of forms with the client. Is everybody getting on in the house? You know, oh, yeah. Are you arguing? Yeah, we have been. Generally younger couples arguing, they create like a negative atmosphere. You know, when you walk into a room and you say, oh, you could have sliced the atmosphere with a knife, real thick atmosphere, you know someone's been arguing. That kind of develops and it can attract other things. So you can go and sage a house, get rid of the negative feeling, if you like, but a couple of days later, when that couple start arguing again, it just builds back up. So you end up keep going back and back and back. The amount of times we've told people to stop bloody arguing, not that it works telling them, because they still argue. Another old technique to use as well as sage is rock salt. Sprinkle that around like the door. I've done that in a home before, around a bed, a double bed, and we've actually seen something move off the bed into the corner. Didn't like the salt. I mean, the crystals are meant to soak up negative energy. I mean, I can't prove that, but Very soon after go to Yorktown Battlefield, also a couple lighthouse that have crazy stories. Whereabouts are you, SR Spookfest? Did I just ask you that? I've got a bad memory. Have I tried digging Google about Dr. Clark? No, I don't think. Rob Dog, how are you doing? Yeah, that's what I smudged. It was my sister's house. There was very negative feeling there. Searches of the afterlife. You'll probably find there's arguments going on in that house. Everybody argues, but excessive arguing can create a negative energy. Can a house be negative? I think the energy in a house can be negative. Yeah, like I said, if people are arguing all the time, Stella, like attracts like, doesn't it? You don't know what sort of energy is in the area. Is it going to draw that energy in? Is it going to be attracted to that negativity to make it worse? That was your guardian angel, brother, going for you. Different scents like lavender can make spirits happy or positive. It would be fun to try. I don't know. I've never used different scents to make a spirit happy, to be honest. I've done what some of you might find hard to believe. Actually done mediumship in a house to a few times to cross spirit over of children. And a couple with older women. And when we thought it had worked, it had released a scent. There was a scent of like perfume and flowers and things. They like the rosemary. Big bush. Bring some out, dry it, and can burn it. It smells good. All right. I used to smell my granddad's old spice aftershaves. I still do, but not as often as you would like. Okay. Yeah, well, that could be your granddad, obviously, just letting you know he's about. You would recognize that smell of aftershave. Those things that you can't explain, but absolutely for you and you alone. Yeah. Good stuff. Spent 4.5 hours smudging an entire house only to discover that negative energy was attached to a person. Sometimes the case, isn't it? How do you get a person to behave? How do you say to somebody, stop being a miserable bastard? Pardon my French. Sometimes you have to say to them, I ever thought about getting some sort of counselling? You ever thought about just getting out for the day and doing something positive? Do I watch cricket? AKZ. I do not. No. I don't watch golf either. I mean, if that person's always negative, then it's going to be hard to cleanse that house, isn't it? A lot happens. We're not ready. Have things happening because I took a break, but a lot more investigating. So cool, excellent. I saw your wands as well. They're cool. Friend of yours got a phone call from his mother after she'd been dead for 2 years. Wow. Imagine that. Give off energy. You're right. A lot of energy create things to happen. Yeah. It's in the States, but Civil War era. Energy is still there. In Maryland. Okay, says the kangaroo. It will be cool to see. I hope you film these things when you go. I mean, obviously you will. Depressions can be caused by a negative spirit. Yeah, Angie. You're right. But don't forget, it's not all demons like a lot of people think. It's not demonic. Your house feels heavy and claustrophobic. We've been unlucky in this house, but don't know how much is just life. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Um, Try going around your house doing a bit of smudging. Just try and just lift the vibration. Always starts with the living first, and then work your way back to the paranormal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times in how long have we been investigating? 18 years, I think. Very. I don't even know if we've ever called it something paranormal. We always kind of label it as unexplained because there may come a point in the future where we figure out what is creating that activity. Unless we was to see a full-bodied apparition stood in front of us and we got that on camera, then that's a different thing. Got something in your house, Bear Calver? Turns your TV on random in the middle of the night, full blast. No timers or remote out of the way. All right. I know it's a silly thing for me to say, but do you take the socket out the wall? There's always a possibility that it could be a faulty TV. If you take the socket out the wall and it comes on, then you've got something going on. You leave a trail cam set up so it comes on when it's like a motion sensor triggers it. I told you I have to do investigations there. All right. Caught an orange and blue ball of light over the ocean last night, and no, we're just driving home. If you want to check it out. Have you got? Oh, you won't caught any footage of it, will you? Did you? If you've got that footage, SR Spookfest me on the chat somewhere at the top. My email's there. Just send it, or put it on your channel. We'll have a look. We've done quite a few. We don't mention them quite a lot actually on the PSI channel, but we should do. We do sky watches. We've got a lot of equipment. We've got like light intensifiers, what you look through, like kind of like a night vision binoculars, if you like, but they record as well, so we use them. You and your husband don't argue. It's the house that's weird. All right, we'll just try and raise the vibration any way you can, Stella. Might not necessarily be the house. It could be an object in the house. See your dad and other loved ones in your sleep. Yeah. I'll have to have a look at that SR Spook Fest. I'm going to write that down because I always forget what people tell me. The ones are going good. You've got a few more. Excellent. Your father was a bad egg. What happens to bad people? My sister wishes he'd burn in hell. I'm sorry to hear that. I think our past loved ones look over us, one another. I smell in their scents, dreaming of them, for just example. Sarah, yeah, I'd like to think they do. I mean, obviously, it's something we can't prove, but when you're thinking of them and you sat in a room and suddenly the smell of their aftershave or tobacco smoke, something comes through. It does make you think, is that them giving me a sign that they're actually here? Or is it just a memory? You know, is it like a smell memory? Is that possible? Have I just made something up? Seen a full shadow kid with my friends. We've seen him probably 25 seconds. Oh, wow. See, these are the things I like to hear about these things. Like I said, Delapol's saying, we all witnessed shadow figures running across. Didn't get it on camera, but we witnessed it. We saw it all different times. I saw two. They were kind of, as they were walking, they were not making a noise, just like a black silhouette. And they were moving like, even though the legs were off like this, they were kind of as if they were sliding. And then they stopped near this bush and they both turned and looked at me. And with that, I picked my torch up, turned it on, put the green beam on, just vanished. A couple of minutes after that, Amanda, who was with us, saw one bit further down in the trees. Later on in the evening, Barbara saw one walking through the trees. And Tony's actually seen them on there, but that was a different night. It's on your page. Excellent. We'll have a look. Second UFO recording in Virginia. It's not playing a helicopter. Seen a few others the other day in Maine. So it wasn't any kind of drone or satellite. Not that I don't believe you, but you've got to ask these questions. Light gathering binocular. Light intensifiers. Yeah, Rob Dog. The kind of what I think the military use them. Can't use them during the day. Only for night. Because if it's too bright like the sun, it just damages all the lenses. It could be the people who had the house before. Poltergeist activity is very rare, yep. I think Beto and Mrs. Geet have mentioned tobacco smells in their house. You know what? I would love to go to their house. I mean, obviously, Beto doesn't want everybody turning up at his house, but some of the things they've got in that house as well, there could be maybe energy attachments. Who knows? It's definitely a strange one. Good night, Jaya. Oh, look at the time. Yeah, it's been excellent catching up and chatting with everybody. Trying to think when the next time we're on. We don't want to go out investigating before Tuesday, so next time we'll be live is probably Sunday from Tony's on the YouTube channel. But over on the TikTok channel now, Tony's there doing what he does, whatever he's doing. Some kind of tarot reading or Zener card testing. I've seen a pair of legs in the place I used to work, but I just don't know if it really was there. Stella. Wow. You see, you're having all these really good experiences. Bear Calver, good night. Have a good week. Well, everybody have a good week wherever you are. I will catch up with you all again soon. I do have another video coming up. What I've been trying to make in the background. It's about the Exorcist medallion. Obviously, being part of the church, I would like to talk about that. And it's alleged, I won't say powers because it's not powers, it's all on faith. It should be interesting. I've still got about 4 or 5 exorcism videos to do. I did one on Gina. I need to do the other ones. I've got a list somewhere. It's on this computer there somewhere. Good night, Callum. Good night, SR Spookfest. Just watch Poltergeist. Cool. Neville, good night. Sage the Kangaroo. Stella, Sarah, Angie, Jaya. Did I say Jaya? Rough Dog. Have a good one, everybody. Rob Dog as well. Stay safe. Endeavour to persevere. It's been cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll speak to you again real soon. Don't forget, if you want to send me anything, the email's at top. And it should be on the YouTube channel somewhere. Send me any story you want or any photograph or video. I'll take a look. Angie as well. Angie, have a good night. Remember to cut the live before standing up. We don't need to see visions of that demon. Yeah. I'll have to cover the camera now, won't I? Just in case there's a lag. All right, take care, everybody. See you soon.